Our rabbis teach us that when the word Vayihi is used, it's description of a time, of an atmosphere of sorrow, sadness, pain. We see this, one of the places where we see it most notably is in the book of Esther. Megillah Esther begins with the words Vayihi b'mei Achashverosh, and it was at the time of Achashverosh, the Jewish people were facing annihilation. They were facing their destruction. And so the people were, of course, very tense, nervous, and sad. And that's why the Megillah begins with the word Vayihi. Which brings us to a real question about our Parsha. Vayihi Beshalach Paro are the first three words in our Parsha. This is a Parsha which is a historic Parsha because it is a moment when the Jewish people are being formed as a nation. They are going from slavery, from oppression in Egypt, to becoming a free nation, a free people. If anything, it's a moment of excitement. It's a moment of great joy. They've waited so long for this. Yet, the Parsha begins with that word Vayihi, which seems to describe a time of sadness. Now, why would that be the case? Why didn't the Torah use a word to begin the Parsha that describes joy or excitement? So Rabbi Tzadok HaKohen of Lublin suggests the following. When Bnei Israel were in Mitzrayim, and God brought the plagues on the Mitzrim, there were two purposes to the plagues. The first was to cause such pain to the Egyptians that they would let the Jews go free. The second was to teach the Jewish people a lesson in faith, that they would be able to build a relationship with God, understanding the supernatural powers, the greatest power that HaKadosh Baruch Hu was in the world, and therefore they would start to become believers and be formed as a people. Unfortunately, what happened, says Rabbi Tzadok, is that the Bnei Israel missed the message. Ultimately, they got the message later on. After the splitting of the sea, the Pasuk says, Vayaminu b'Hashem of Moshe Avdo, the people believed in Hashem, finally, when they saw the miracles, but all of the miracles, which came as plagues, as makos, in Mitzrayim, in Egypt, the people just seemed to miss for whatever reason. And therefore, the answer, says Rabbi Tzadok, as to why the word Vayihi is used is really the two words that follow the word Vayihi. Beshalach Paro, when Paro sent the people. Meaning, if the Jewish people really got the message of the makos that was intended for them, if they got the message and belief in HaKadosh Baruch Hu, in God and the wonders of God, then the Pasuk would simply have said that the Jewish people left. It would never have said that Paro chased them. The fact that Paro needed to chase them showed that the Jewish people missed the original messages that HaKadosh Baruch Hu sent them. And that's why the Parsha begins with the word Vayihi, describing sadness, describing sorrow, and perhaps the fact that Bnei Israel missed the original intended message. It makes us wonder how often in life we may be sent all kinds of different messages based on good things that happen to us or based on difficult things that happen to us. And how many times HaKadosh Baruch Hu may be sending us a message, but we're just not attuned, or we're not able to see, or we're not able to internalize or grasp the message. And how often we find ourselves in situations where we say words like, I can't believe this is happening, why does this keep on happening to me? But we don't stop and think about the way that we're doing something, or if there's a deeper message in what is happening to us. And it's really food for thought about becoming more attentive and more attuned to all the occurrences that are happening around us, the good ones and the not such good ones, and thinking about what interaction we may have with HaKadosh Baruch Hu, with God, and what message God may be sending us, and that we may need to be listening a little closer to, or be seeing a little closer, in order to be able to impact our lives and to bring success upon everything that we are doing, and to change our attitude and our approach to all of the wonders and the good things that HaKadosh Baruch Hu does for us, and begin to appreciate everything that happens on a regular basis. May we be zocha, may we merit to hear our messages, to learn from our messages, to internalize our messages, and not to miss any messages. Thanks for listening, and have a good Shabbos.